we are going to answer a very important question, and that is, what is a better sport? I have a favorite sport, and I have the best sport, and the two sports I'm talking about today, they make it into the playoffs, for the best sport. I already have up here what my best sport is, but I'm going to go over two sports, swimming and water polo. And I'm going to go through this using the suits, and am I trying to convince you? No, your opinion is your opinion, my opinion is my opinion, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to go over why I think one of these sports, or not think, no, because I've played these sports. From my experience, why I think one sport is better than the other. So the two sports I'm going over are swimming and water polo. Water polo and swimming. And so this was my swim/work bag for a while. Open it. And I'm going to show one water polo suit and one swim team suit. Ugh, it's falling apart. It's so old. I got a cap. And fun fact, if you didn't already know, this is the Speedo sign. For some reason, people get it confused with Nike. Nike does produce swimsuits, but they're a little on the skimpy side. So if you want to be scandalous by how much back you reveal, Nike might be your suit. I never felt comfortable with that. I preferred Speedo. TYR stretched and didn't fit my broad shoulders, big bust, and narrow hips. So Speedo was kind of the only option for me. And I like that. Speedo is a good product in my experience. This brand is Adidas. This was my pull boy for pull sets. This was for fun. I eventually did end up buying some just because it's fun to goof off. I did not use them for serious sets. All right. Oh no, I've got two water polo suits in here. This is your lucky day. All right. So this is one of my water polo suits. I gotta hang this up. Oh, because this is so lucky. This is an example of a skimpy suit. All right, let's see. So this is a Nike suit. And I personally am not the biggest fan of Nike. They make good water polo suits though. Okay. I zipped it up. Now I can't unzip it. I'm sorry, you have to watch this. You can always look away. Okay. There we go. All right, so this is a Nike water polo suit. This is one of my ones for water polo. And let's see, this year, so it has mesh. The back is far more filled in for they're stretchy, so you can actually see through. It's kind of meshy. So it's still a little on the scandalous side for a suit. The back, so it zips up, and they're meant to be super tight because in water polo, it's a very violent sport. There's punching, there's biting, there's scratching, there's kicking. The refs, it's technically not supposed to happen, but what happens beneath the water, the refs can't see, and usually they follow the ball, so it's rare that they actually catch any of this violent stuff going on. Women, this suit specifically is super tight around the arms, so up here, so that people can't reach in and grab boobies. People would actually do that and just be like, yo, let go of me. I did not do that. I was a very hands-off person. I was just I would kick and scratch and push and stuff like that. And I would yell. I found sometimes people would go way overboard. The ball wouldn't be anywhere near the area where I was. And there was this one instance at the King County Aquatic Center. I think the Olympic trials are actually held there for swimming one year. Swimming reference. And so we played our games there, some of them, for water polo. We came in second and third when I was on the water polo team for high school at the state level. And yeah. And so, what am I going at? Oh, there was this one girl, she was trying to drown me, trying to push me under. And King County Aquatic Center, the whole pool's 10 feet deep. So there's no place to stand and if someone's trying to drown you, then they're twice your size or something like that. You got to be able to fight for your life and survive. It's a very violent game, and it's not It doesn't have the luxury of land sports. Even like I've played rugby, and rugby's nothing compared to water polo. Like in water polo, you have to be able to tread. Like you're using your legs to stay up in water, and especially if you have someone bigger than you who's trying to drown you. So what I did is I yelled at her, "Stop!" like as loud as I could in her face, and she just like looked shocked. And I was like, "Yeah." And then later in life, I actually used that. A Cooper's hawk, had a Stellar's J in its mouth, and I yelled bloody murder, Bloody Mary at the hawk, and it let the Stellar's J go. So if you think of like the person who was trying to drown me as like a predator, and the hawk, Cooper's hawk, is a predator who had this Stellar's J in its beak, yelling actually gets predators to stop in certain contexts, speaking from experience. So this is one of my water polo suits, and what was I? I was a wing and a driver in water polo, which means a lot of driving. I did not score. I was the player that is good on a water polo team because I'm not a ball hog. I don't shoot the ball, even if I'm the first one down. Like, I set people up and pass it to people so they can make a shot, which is actually a great, not all wings and drivers do that, but a great role to have on a team. They're like with the National Basketball Association. A lot of the times you get one player grandstanding, taking the ball, they become a ball hog, make a bunch of points, and that's just not good like team dynamics whatsoever. And so I think kind of like on that level, the NBA purposefully doesn't choose people like us, or people like me, or players like me who get on the field, and our purpose is to kind of distribute the ball so that we have multiple good scorers. Because if you have multiple people that are really good at making shots and consistently make shots and make a bunch of points, that's really good, because that means the team has breadth and depth. And so that was kind of my role. In our state championship, where we came in second place, I was like a safety, so I sit on the bench for that game, unless I absolutely needed to be put in. We lost by 1 point. I did not get put in. We lost by 1 point, which was honestly a great way to lose. There's no better way to come in second place than losing by only 1 point, in my opinion, anyway. And so that was a water polo suit. This is not one of my swim team suits from high school. This is one I got a couple years ago. Oh, this is not working. And this is a Speedo suit. I love Speedo suits. They're just tight and loose. They're good suits. But I will say I don't like Nike. So this is a water polo suit. The back of this swimsuit. And I'll save my favorite suit for last. And so this has a circular back. You can kind of see that. That's a 30. This is a 26. I was smaller in high school. And this is a 28. I have a 26 somewhere in one of my suits. I did not like 26s. They got too tight. So let's turn it around. So left on the white hanger is water polo. Right on the black hanger is swim team. I was a breaststroker and distance freestyler. When I was younger, my backstroke time was actually faster than my freestyle time. Then that drew too much attention from the coaches, so I purposefully slowed down in backstroke. Kind of like, we had some really competitive backstrokers, and I was just like, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm worse than I actually am. And then the coaches stopped paying attention and putting me in backstroke. And then if they did, I would just swim slow. That was kind of like how I got through high school, because I could do really fast sprints. I still did that in swim practice sometimes, but I would go slower in meets and stuff as a preservation mechanism, because the competitive swimmers, they're there to get a scholarship and stuff. So I was like, I'm not going to actually swim as fast as I can in the swim meets, because these people are going to swim in college, and I want to have a life after college and after swimming, and I'm not going to do swimming in college. Not for a competitive scholarship where it just becomes all consuming and stuff like that. So it was just it's not really an incentive for me to swim fast, especially when we had this sabotage and overly competitive kind of female swimmers that got really competitive in my events. And so it was just purposefully swimming slow ensures my survival. So, but they would still mess with me. one of them had a parent who, like, what I did was legal in breaststroke, but they were like slap on the hand, and it was just kind of like for doing something that their own daughter did, and I was like, see, that's corruption on a judging level. So do I like swim team? Well, it's not a team sport. The swim team, like, you're scored. Each race is an individual race, even as a relay. Like, a relay is at most 4. Water polo, on the other hand, actually requires working as a team, like, and interacting with your teammates. There could be relays where people on that relay absolutely hate each other in swimming and want to even talk to each other. Water polo, you actually have to talk. Like, yelling is part of the game. Do we see where we're going with this as to which one's my favorite? All right, tiebreaker is water polo. So cool. Is this one? This one's also a 28. That even on the high school level, swim team did not do this. These suits were expensive compared to swim team, though, if I'm remembering correctly. So this is a really cool suit. Oh, I zipped it up again. Okay. It has our school. So I went to Shorewood High School, city of Shoreline, Washington State, United States of America. And here we go. We'll leave this one unzipped. Sometimes, if it was tight enough, mine wasn't super tight, so I didn't necessarily have to leave it unzipped during, like, warm up and stuff, because if it was too tight, then it kind of cut off circulations. So that's why I went with the 28 instead of a 26. I should have gotten a 26. I was really tiny. But I was not up for the discomfort of a 26, so I was like, I'll go with the 28. And so it has our school, Shorewood, on the front, and this is super, super, super cool. On the back, it has our team. So this is a T, and this is my last name, Leonhardi, and my jersey number, or in this case, we don't wear jerseys, we wear suits. So I was number 2. And so, yeah, and so it zips up again, but I'm not gonna do that. But that was very cool. So that's, out of these 3 suits, this one's my favorite, because it has my name on it. So, which one is the better sport? Getting back to the initial question. Swimming or water polo? Water polo or swimming? I'm gonna have to go with water polo. And part of the reason I'm going with water polo is in learning context, I'm a bit introverted. I'm naturally a bit extroverted, so it kind of balances out. And at least in my experience, props and shout out to all the girls I played water polo with. They're all amazing girls, ladies, and yeah, I think the team I had was amazing, and there were definitely, on the swim teams I've been on, great people, but there were also really bad people. In water polo, for whatever reason, we didn't have those, like, really bad people. There might be people I'd butt heads with, but that's not the same as being a bad person. And so for me personally, based on my experience, I have to say that water polo is the better sport.